Alright, let's get this opened up. See what we got. Yeah, I don't know what that stuff is, but we can open up the other side too.
Well, it's definitely not 9,000 babies in here. That's all I know.
Might be. What you can do is just start pulling out everything from the lettuce. Well, don't pull the lettuce out, but I'll weed in the middle parts.
Oh, Daddy, I grabbed some lettuce on accident.
It's all right. Just try to be careful.
Daddy, look at it. That was the
It's
good
okay. It's okay. It's okay. We're gonna harvest this lettuce
Daddy,
and eat some of it today. So, but
all the dirt's getting on the lettuce.
it's okay. All out, man.
Dad, where'd you get this dirt?
This is our compost from our compost pile.
Oh, it is?
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
Yep. All right, welcome back to the SSL Family Dad channel. We are out here with the survival garden, or the heated raised bed, whatever you would like to refer to it as. And it is March now, and so we're starting to look forward to outdoor gardening season and hot weather crops in the heated raised bed. And it's time to get in here and manage this thing. I have pretty much left this thing be. The growth really wasn't what I had hoped it would be throughout the winter time. I mean, this has been growing for 4 or 5 months, and you know, it just didn't grow as well as I had hoped. Some of the cooler weather stuff grew pretty well, but a lot of the other stuff hasn't grown as well as I'd hoped. And so I just kind of let it be. We kept heating it and kept everything alive through here. But now it's time to get out and just kind of clean some things up. So the idea is we're going to make some space in here for seedlings. We're going to plant a bunch of seedlings out today in trays, the 72 cell trays. Peppers and a lot of our long-term stuff. We'll get that started now, and we'll put that in here. So because this stays warm, the soil is heated as well as the air is in this hoop right here, and so we'll be able to heat this and keep those seeds nice and warm and moist in here, so they'll germinate well for us. I'm also going to trim back and harvest a lot of this lettuce. We'll take some of that in and we'll eat it, and some of the Swiss chard. And we're just going to kind of cut everything back and thin this out and pretty it up and get rid of all these weeds and things in here that we don't want. And so I've got Summer with me today, and she is ready to do some weeding and some planting, right? All right. So, well, let's dig in and get to work. We can harvest all the weeds from here all the way over to the Swiss chard. This is the big stuff.
Dad, that's a bunch of...
There's a lot of carrots in here, but we're going to replant. We're going to replant because I didn't thin them out, and they didn't grow really well.
Good? Can I find one that's like a little bit good? Give it to me, okay?
All right. But a lot of these weeds we can put right back in the raised bed.
Why?
So.
Why do you want that?
Because they'll break down right back into the soil.
Okay, well, I want to feed them to the goats and maple.
Okay. Here's a good section of stuff to feed to the goats.
Ah! Weed juices just splattered in my eye.
Weed juices?
Yeah.
That sounds horrible.
Don't you dare take any of my weed. They're mine.
Look at that. That's going to be some beautiful lettuce right there. That's good stuff.
Hey, Daddy, could you throw it over for me? Oh, maybe. Maybe I want that. Adam's like, oh, yes, I want that. Okay.
Cut all these off.
Why?
All the ones that are off to the side.
Well, should I put them in another bucket and then give it to you if it's full?
No, you can give them. And then I'm going to put these.
But I need that.
A bunch of the leaves that are off the side like this, so you can cut a bunch of those, and you're gonna go all the way through. So I don't want the leaves just hanging over this way, okay?
It's like it's like the palm leaves. Whoa.
Yeah. Palm Sunday?
Yeah.
We did have a couple volunteer potatoes that popped up in here, so let's see if we can find any potatoes. Here's one, but I'm not sure if it's old or not. We've got some peas in here. We'll let them grow over there. Here's the potato. I'd say it's pretty much dead. Yeah, look at that. Got some potatoes in here.
Let's chart to the animals.
Oh, here's another one.
Did I?
Man, there's so much life in here. That's the life of the soil. That's the life of the party right there. I bet you there's worms down in here too. This is probably some of the best soil we have on the farm. Composted manure. And some more potatoes. These are purple potatoes. We're not going to win any records for size, but you know what? For growing potatoes that were accidental through the wintertime, I'd say that's successful. Got some peas grown in here. I'll try to save some of them, but I don't really care too much about the peas at this point. I could replant these and they'll grow in a couple weeks with the temperatures we have outside right now. Alright, so we've got everything pretty much weeded. So this is a space where we just took out all the extra lettuce, leaves, and ground cover weeds and spread them all in here. And we'll use this area to set those trays on. And we've got an area in here we'll use to set a bunch of trays in. That lettuce I'll just keep cutting at the next couple days, and we'll utilize most of that. Get that cut back down, and then it'll start to regrow. Same with the Swiss chard. It tends to be unstoppable at this point. Like, I'm never going to stop that from growing. I can keep cutting it down, it'll keep growing back. But the nice thing is I actually have broccoli. You can see a lot of that because the weeds were growing up around it. It got kind of weak. It was relying on the weeds for stem strength, and so I've got a lot of it propped up here, and we'll let it kind of get stronger now. But we actually have some broccoli, which is pretty amazing. So we'll start cutting that out of here and eating that. Looks like we got a few flower heads forming here, so we'll be able to start getting some broccoli out of here. So we've got some of these peppers. These were overwintered from last year. I'll probably leave all the pepper plants in here and just let them kind of take over. And you can see the pepper plants, just being a hot weather crop, they did not do well in here over the winter. They didn't grow at all. They're kind of in stasis. They're alive, but that's it. But I have a feeling now that temperatures are warming up that they'll start taking off. We've got our clementine tree in here, and I'm hoping that, I mean, it's been doing really well. Look at that thing. It's got a lot of new growth on it, and it's nice and green and healthy looking. So what I think will happen is I'm hoping when the temperatures start to get warmer in here regularly that it will flower. So we'll see. And you can see I've got the rest of the pepper plants down here. Some of these are looking a little bit curled because I haven't been watering very well, but we do have a few peppers in here that have been growing, and I've harvested a few this winter, but hasn't been much. So this is the second year. These were planted, this has been a full year. These were planted last year in February, so they're 1 full year old, and they've been in here all summer and all winter, and they're still growing. I have a bunch of lettuce that was harvested out here that'll go in. We'll take this in, rinse it off, and don't eat my lettuce.
No.
Tomatoes,
My homemade
peppers. They got so hot. The greenhouse got so hot last year. It was like 180 degrees in here.
Well, it's not like that right now.
So,
Not 120.
all right, so we'll just plant those for today. So what do you have there that you're drinking?
Some sap.
Pure sap from the tree, huh?
It looks like water, but it's really not.
Does it taste any different? Does it taste like water, or do you taste sugar in there?
Sugar.
Yeah?
It's lots of sugar.
All right, so we're going to plant just some of the things that we that are long season crops. Tomatoes and peppers mainly. Those are our two big hot weather crops. They're the two things that we use the most of and that we want to grow the most of. So I'm going to start planting those now. So I actually could plant them in February, even earlier, but it's March, so we'll get a decent start. So I'm going to plant some of these MI Gardner Ace 55 tomatoes first. I've got more MI Gardner seeds that I'm going to be ordering. He's been selling out real quick with this stuff. So if you're looking to get seeds, order them now. He's got the best deal on seeds. You get them for 89 cents a packet if you use the link in the description that I have. I'm an affiliate with him, and they're the best seeds, the ones I always like to have. Some of the things I'm going to plant here, I just don't have ordered from him yet, and so I'm going to get some of these started. These are some seeds I've had laying around for a couple years. I've got extra of. These are Livingston seed. I've had okay luck with them, but they're a little more expensive for about the same amount of seed. So his are definitely better. But anyway, so I'm going to plant a bunch of as many bell peppers as I can. I'll probably get at least about 144. I should get 2 trays filled with bell peppers, and then we'll get as many of these tomatoes as I have. I've already used most of the seeds out of this packet, but we'll see what we can get out of that. So I like to start peppers and tomatoes early as I possibly can. Because they do take the longest, especially peppers. They take kind of a long germination, and they tend to grow slower here up in the upper northern states in Michigan. So I did something that I absolutely have never done, and that is I bought seed starting mix. I've never done this before. I've always made my own, but I was just in a rush today. I wanted to get something planted. Basically, seed starting mix is just, well, I'll tell you what it is. It's basically just peat moss, vermiculite, perlite, and a wetting agent, and it has lime in it for pH balance. So it's real acidic this way. They put a little lime in there to neutralize it out a little bit. But $3.50 a bag for these little bags. I mean, you think about if we planted, a couple thousand seeds this way, we'd spend a lot of money. So I will be making my own mix for the rest, but this is just what I'm going to use to get started today. Spread it out put it in all the holes.
Oh, it's so soft.
Yep, it's
That's
nice
why I wanted you to fill it up with my pillow.
nice and fluffy.
How? Is it gonna like pack together?
Yep, it'll pack together a little bit, and then we'll have to. I think we'll need this one.
Oh my gosh, there's water over here. You do not want to.
So a little trick with these is to wet it down before you plant. That way your seeds don't all raise to the surface when you plant and get washed away. So we'll wet it down, pack it down, and then we'll plant the seeds in here.
Oh my gosh, that. Is it? Isn't it? It's too small. Oh, dang it. And then I'll cover it up, right?
Yep.
Oh my gosh. Because not that close to being done.
What's your favorite food to eat out of the garden?
Carrot.
Fresh carrots.
Carrot or pepper.
You like to eat peppers right out of the garden?
Yeah, I love peppers.
Yeah, but you don't eat them right out of the garden, do you? You just take peppers out of the garden and eat them like apples?
Well, I mean, I don't usually do that, but like,
What about the snap pea, the little peas?
Oh yeah, I
The
love
sugar snap peas. You like those, don't you?
Yes.
I don't know.
Most of my gardening stuff.
Well, it was nice to get out here. It was a beautiful day today. It was nice and sunny and warm, especially warm in the greenhouse. And it was nice to get out here and take a look at the survival garden and get things kind of cleaned up and ready and getting excited about spring and just things coming to life around here. I can't wait to see grass and green and leaves. And the winter in Michigan is brutal. It's long, it's brown, it's barren, it's not a lot of fun, but we love it here anyway. So we got a good start. I just ended up planting just the 2 trays of the bell peppers. Bell peppers are for us are again they just take a long time to get germinated and get started. And the earlier you can get them going in the season, the better your harvest you're going to get. The bigger the peppers are going to be, and the more you're going to get out of your harvest for the year. So it's especially important for us up here in Michigan. But we're going to get on MI Gardner's site tonight, and I'm going to get a bunch more stuff ordered for the garden, for the kitchen garden, as well as for our production gardens. I ordered from a company called sustainableseeds.com. I order a bunch of bulk stuff from them that I planting. Plant some other cool stuff, some kind of production areas, some bigger areas, some monoculture areas that we'll plant some different things. So you have to stick around and find out what we decide to plant this year. I'm also going to be starting a bunch of seeds for the Farmers for Christ ministry. So we'll be popping some seedlings in and growing those out for some local food pantries, and trying to get some seedlings out to people in need that would like to start gardens. We'll give those out to them for free, and then we'll also offer to some select people that whatever we can have volunteers for to go out and help them start gardens and help them to garden and things like that. So for some people who are disabled or elderly, or just can't get out and work in the garden themselves, we'll maybe help them out with that and help them grow some of their own food, which would be kind of cool. So you can support that channel, Farmers for Christ. It's another YouTube channel that we have, and you can find out more about that at the website farmersforchrist.org. But hopefully you guys enjoyed coming with me on the garden. What do you guys think? I can't believe that I actually bought soil. I never buy soil. But sometimes you're in a pinch, you do what you got to do. So for the rest of the seedlings, we'll be making our own soil. I have a pretty standard mix I use with peat. It's much cheaper than buying bags at the store, and I'll share that with you guys here coming up as well. So don't forget to hit thumbs up on today's video, and of course subscribe to the channel if this is your first time here. Just reach down and tap the subscribe button. It's that easy. And hit the bell, of course, too. And if you are already subscribed and you're not getting notifications, hit that bell down below. Check and make sure that you are set up to get notifications from the channel, because you'll never know when we post new content. You'll have to keep coming back and checking, and that's annoying. So hit the bell to subscribe to notifications. And as always, guys, thanks for watching. Have a good one.